haven of memories. Every touch, every moment is like a thorned rose.
Wake up! Hey, wake up! The sun's frying your butt. Are you okay? Can you... You're not dreaming. Even though I'm so jealous that you got... The Stellaron was sealed. The families of... Now, all the major lineage... Everyone's waiting for you, so hurry up and... After all... The Stellaron was sealed while you were sleeping. The ordinary people in Penacony have no idea what happened. They just... The family's official statement was like... The Charmony Fest... Now all the major... Oh, okay. Well... Yeah, let's go!
How extravagant. Just like Epsilon. How was it? Did it live up?
You already asked that when we first got here.
Yeah, and you said no back then. But after all this madness, I'd say you've grown fond of it. Just a heads up, you're still on the Bloodhound family's wanted list, so keep a low profile. And this time, it's Firefly in the picture, not Sam. That's gotta be a whole new experience for you.
Indeed. In Kafka's words, that's also a missing part of my life. Still, it'd be quite inconvenient if I can't move freely. Could you help me out, Silverwolf?
I knew you'd say that. Don't worry. I've hacked all the systems and left no... Don't do anything that may draw attention, and don't talk with guards. They might recognize you. Keep these 2 points in mind, and you can go wherever you want, unbothered.
Thank you.
No problem, Miss Samuel. Now that we're done here in Penacony, what will you do in your free time? I hear the Genius Society is here. How about we...
Well, you know my script isn't over yet.
I didn't bring you back to hear an answer like that.
Don't worry. The script says that I'll experience 3 deaths, but also receive an unforgettable reward on the planet of festivities. How will I know if I don't try? All possibilities exist until the outcome actually happens, right?
You may not realize it, but you have a bad habit. Whenever you seem to be asking a question, you've already made up your mind, and no words. Anyway, Kafka asked me to pass on this message. If you see anything fabulous in Penacony, get one for me too. Just swipe my card, you know the pin. She didn't specify anything, but I guess she means a dress, coat, sunglasses, or something else. You know better about fashion than I do.
Sure, I'll keep an eye out. There's tons of options at OT Mall. Do you think she'll like trinkets, like hair accessories or brooches?
Those sound more like something for young girls. Oh, by the way, Blade didn't explicitly say it, but I think he was trying to say something like, temptation will show up again in Penacony. He's always so subtle with his words.
Got it. He was just worried about me. Relax, Silverwolf. I won't do anything crazy. I just want to wander around and see more of the world for myself. I want to buy some oatcake rolls. I've had a cake roll every day since I arrived in Penacony, from the first day to the last. But today, I'll buy 2 and give you 1. And if you don't like them, I'll enjoy double the pleasure. Or I can bring one to Kafka. She never refuses. Or maybe that's not written in the script, right? But as you see, I have added new footnotes to my destiny.
Welcome,
I thought they would
about this, Director. This conference between the atmosphere here.
If I'm right, this influence...
Your mind is always so sharp.
Thank you for that. Just tell everyone on our team.
Oh,
And one more thing. Don't call Miss Jade Big Boss.
got it.
None of the important figures have arrived yet. Looks like the Oh, are you hungry, Numby? Food in the dream. Numby! Yes! There.
Greetings, madame.
Hello.
I assume you are the Radiant Faust.
Oh, so it's
Indeed. Please allow me to
reverberation.
Thankfully, so.
Thank you for explaining that.
So many, but
Huh? What For my safety?
Not according to those involved. Luckily, no one believes.
Where's that?
However, anyway, the family will.
Hello? The talent motivation department. I'm working on a major. The way I handled. I just don't.
Sounds exhausting. In my opinion, you handled that project quite well. A little ball of ice in exchange for the Astral Express's good favor. That's not a bad deal for the department. It's been a while, little Yelena. I've been looking forward to working with you. Never imagined this day would come so soon. Is there trouble? You can tell me anything. Just like old times.
It's been a while, Madam Jade. I'm honored to have the opportunity to work with you.
You're still so formal, aren't you? Well, as sharp as you are.
I believe
That's true.
if we can reach some.
Exactly. And as long as it's similar to the power.
After the downfall.
Yes,
Absolutely.
pretty clear.
I apologize for interrupting your conversation.
Time to get to work. Remember.
Please, have a...
No problem at all, Mr. Alfalfa.
After all,
I expected no less from the 10 Stonehearts. I always enjoy...
The future of Penacony.
Let's take that gold, wasn't it?
The wisdom and let's assume your assumptions are.
I appreciate, however...
Please, go ahead.
Then I'll be straightforward. I requested this meeting before the official conference to dissuade the Strategic Investment Department from trying to lay a finger on Penacony. If you back off now, you can make a smooth exit and prevent the IPC from losing face during more important negotiations.
One of our P-45 executives was attacked and nearly killed in the dreamscape. The IPC can't simply ignore this incident. Moreover, considering the turbulence despite your determined attitude, the issues plaguing Penacony are real, are they not?
You use the term real, Miss Topaz, but let's not forget that this is the realm of dreams. If you want to succeed here, you need ambition and unconventional thinking. Curious about how I plan to respond to the IPC? Well, I don't mind sharing. My actions will help Penacony take a significant step forward by self-listing and going public.
Going public?
If I'm not mistaken, you want to bypass the IPC and go public on a universal scale.
Precisely. Instead of watching the IPC gnaw away at Penacony, I'd prefer to open the doors of the sweet dream to the entire universe. Starting today, anyone in the cosmos can become a shareholder of the land of the dreams. This is the path of harmony I'll choose. This reform should have been implemented earlier, but unfortunately, the Oak family were a bunch of blockheads blinded by order. Their level of intellectual, thanks to the little reverberation earlier, the biggest obstacle between me and my reforms has been eliminated. The Alfalfa family will publicize the financial results of Sweet Dream Paradise, so that the entire universe can see that despite the catastrophe, Penacony still holds immense...
Crisis and opportunity are two sides of the same coin. So, you've been waiting for the right hand if Penacony should seize this opportunity to overcome adversity. Even if the IPC tries to intervene, every move we make will be scrutinized by trillions.
Now I'm convinced that you've indeed familiarized yourself with my biography, Miss Jade. So, about your next move. Please, consider it carefully.
Indeed. We need some time to digest such a wealth of information. I suggest we conclude the first half of our conference, Mr. Alfalfa. Please allow Topaz and me to confer privately for a few moments, and to respond on behalf of the IPC later.
Of course. Take your time, dear ladies.
The Alfalfa family had...
I got this information. It's not hard to imagine. Instead of falling...
Well, no wonder.
I don't think the follower, if either the family... There you are. Did you rest well?
I didn't disturb you.
Yeah. Even...
The mastermind. He'll face...
Ultimately, while quick...
After all, you don't know who's awake and who's pretending to be asleep. Well, they'll open their eyes in the face of danger. Once the danger subsides, they'll embrace the sweet. Here's a toast, with 3 glasses of glory of the Trailblaze to all of you. What are you talking about? This is my lounge. It's good to see you all again. When will the astral...
We'll stay a bit long.
So, this is our fun music? Let's see. To the nameless resting... Ready to mix your drink? Before we start... All right, as you want. I think I have an idea. Here's Bitter Dream. Not a bad choice. Words always fall short. Lend all your memory. Well, here's to the nameless. Death is a bitter truth. We're not accepted, but and one day, cheers. Oh, are you leaving? I've mixed more of this last special.
Thank you.
If you... Then? All right. Whether it's the astral and embark towards our...
Indeed. Still. They are just as it should be. Now I'm a bit curious. Well, that's obvious. But despite that...
are you...
That's once that kid said... No need.
Okay.
Is that Robin? Huh. She's also here on the Radiant Feldspar. There's a good shot. Do as you're told. Greetings, Miss Robin. I didn't expect to meet you here.
Miss Jade? Greetings. The opening ceremony for the Charmony Festival. How about you?
I'm actually on my way to meet...
Unfortunately, I believe the Harmony needs a new director. There are no permanent...
Naturally.
See you later, Miss Jade.
Thank you for your patience, Miss... Topaz says something else to...
Is it just me?
I need to set a good Now we can speak frankly.
Interesting. Good.
Unfortunately. Second, you can now... I'm repeating your word.
You surely have a way with words. Now, I'm curious to know what you have up your sleeve.
Mr. Alfalfa, let's not forget that the IPC controls the biggest interstellar publicity platform. The moment news spreads about Penacony going public, trillions of customers will... The family's protection for Penacony has expired. Any mishaps in the dreamscape? Care to guess how many ways we have to turn Alfalfa credits into worthless junk within a measly 24 system hour?
You really think you can pull that off?
Even from Pier Point, as distant as it may be. However, if you agree to give up that half-baked plan to go public, the IPC will assure you that we'll never jeopardize the... After all, we also need allies here in Asdana. The IPC can assist Penacony with financing, starting by...
30% equity, you say? Who can guarantee you won't want more in the future?
You're a smart merch. It benefits us. I understand your...
Fine. Now I see your sincerity. As the head of... However, as their chosen one, I still need one final...
Go ahead.
When I was a child, I heard the adults recite the order and the preservation...
The answer is simpler than you... With each new world, by then, all plan...
And then the IPC will be...
Our intention is to... This universe doesn't need...
Well said. Now you've convinced... All right. Tell me your solution. Let's see if we're thinking the same thing.
Then let's continue our conversation. Thank you for your presence, Miss Himeko. Please allow me to introduce her to you, Miss...
I've heard so much about you, Mr. Alfalfa. It's an honor to meet you as
This stunning lady is the navigator?
I believe everyone here is familiar with the general contents of the... Then, the IPC will...
While this decision isn't final, while the nameless didn't... The entire crew has agreed... Of course, all... The path of harmony and
Old OT is in agreement.
So they will soon realize.
When should we schedule?
It's all up to you.
But Miss...
Aventurine I came here today.
Of course.
Don't worry. Diamond has always radiant feldspar.
You want to...
Opportunities like this. Well, I'll take my leave. A pawn shop can't run without a boss. See you around, Topaz.
I have...
Go ahead.
That dose of...
I didn't find the in return. You see, like right now, for example.
Sneaking in was way easier than I thought. The family's security is as lax as ever. So, this is the Radiant Feldspar. A pawn shop that grants wishes. Is there really a place like that on the ship? I'll find out for myself if the rumors are true or not. Is that him? Huh. Vanished in the blink of an eye.
By the way, Mr. Alfal, please help me with
Right away, Miss Robin.
Can I ask you something?
Oh, greetings, miss.
Do you know how to get to the pawn shop?
Pawn shop. You must be talking about Lady Bonajade's place, right? I heard I've marked the pawn shop's
Lady Bonajade. I think I've heard that name somewhere before. Was it from Silverwolf? Come to think of it, she disappeared after mentioning that she was going to meet with the Genius Society. I wonder how things turned out for her.
Welcome to Bonajade Exchange. Radiant Feldspar brand. How should I address you, dear?
Just call me
Samuel.
I want to keep on living.
Everything you...
That's right.
Miss Samuel. I think you'd best turn around.
What do you mean?
I mean it literally.
Okay. A pawn shop that grants wishes.
Well, that's quite a harsh accusation. I understand you may not fully comprehend what I mean, but don't worry. Go and talk to these people. They're all customers of my pawn shop. Once you've done that, come back to me.
That Lady Bonajade feels more like a...
Which one should I pop? 1, 2, Danhang.
Don't
No? Sorry.
Enough talk. This will be our final game.
Oh, a big...
It's true! Lady Bonnet...
prepared. Whoa, how did you know it? So, well, I never said. So, yeah, let's. Hey, the gray-haired one. Don't seriously. Is that?
Yeah, he's been hiding at the moment. I made a deal with the family. How'd I find him? 22 years. I'm gonna hang up for now, partner.
All of their wishes actually did come true. But I just don't understand. How did she do it? And what does pawn really mean? I should go back and ask.
So you're back, Miss Samuel.
Yeah, but I'm not sure.
Not so fast. This step was just to show you that the Bonajade exchange is genuine. That Dell was from a wealthy family. He was head over heels for Dorothy and wanted to win her heart. So he made a deal with me. He put up his entire fortune in exchange for a gift. It was a piece of cake for me, thanks to my IPC connections. However, Dell will soon find himself evicted from the dreamscape because he can't afford his room. Whether he can bounce back from poverty, let's just hope that necklace will keep their relationship from crumbling. Then there's Stacy, a lady with a gambling addiction. She wanted some serious luck, but she had nothing to offer. So I took something else instead. From the moment she stepped out of the Bonajade exchange, every casino in the cosmos would remember her name. But her parents and siblings would say she will accrue a vast wealth due to her good luck, but she'll never be able to use it for the people who truly matter to her. As for Detective Walker, he spent 2 decades chasing down a wanted criminal for some heinous crime. He offered his own memory system as collateral. In due time, his memories as a detective will be erased, and he... Interesting, don't you think? When people see others' desires get fulfilled, they develop their own, and patience happens. AR 26710, a remnant of Glamoth's Iron Cavalry. You are much calmer than I expected. Entropy loss syndrome. Truly an unjust misfortune, isn't it? The higher-ups in Glamoth implemented such a failsafe within the genes of their warriors, just to make sure the Republic's most powerful weapons. As for the price, those Iron Cavalries weren't exactly seen as regular, independent humans, so there wasn't really a price to be paid. However, you are different. You're now a Stellaron hunter, a living being named Firefly. Naturally, you want to continue your existence, but with the firmament front gone.
Are you suggesting that the IPC has a remedy?
Well, there might be a silver lining.
I see. It's no wonder you said I can't provide anything of equal value. Because nothing I own. So, you're going to ask me to personally restrain my partners to ensure my own survival?
Unfortunately, that's not quite the case. Partners. A nice way to put it. Now I'm even more curious about the Stellaron Hunters. Each of you has your own identity and a special bond with each other. It's strong and intimate. Just as the 10 Stonehearts follow Diamond, you follow your own leader. I wonder what they are like, and if all Stellaron Hunters are like you. Traveling on the path of finality, but struggle. I really hope that one day, all of you will come and visit my pawn shop. I'll be waiting patiently.
Can I see this as an invitation?
Consider it more of a personal offer from myself. It doesn't represent the IPC, or the strategic invest.
The Stellaron hunters have interacted with the IPC, but not the 10 Stonehearts. Our paths have never... You know who I am. And you must know that my partner is keeping an eye on this room. If she wanted to, she could let the entirety of Purepoint know about it within a few mere seconds. What drives you to take such a risk and extend this invitation?
Simply put. However, unlike you Stellaron hunters or the Astral Express, we band together merely to obtain what we want. Each of us has our own past and destined ends, and on this journey could be either brief or long, as each of us carries a void in our hearts that can only be filled from the outside. So, Diamond made mortal flesh is so, and whatever we gain from it.
I understand.
Take your time, child. You don't need to give me an immediate answer. Like I said, patience is one of my greatest strengths.
If fate turns that page, our paths will cross again. It's a shame, though, that this pawn shop can't give me what I desire.
Lady Bonajade?
Turns out, the Charmony Festival. This airship has quite a few treasures. A bountiful harvest.
Remember? Look who's here. The great hero of the Astral Express.
Oh, you're here too. Long time no see, friend. This fella, let's set aside...
I agree.
Thank you.
Oh.
Ah, yeah. No one... Don't try... Very well. The Charmony Festival is about to commence soon. Take advantage of this unique opportunity. Then...
Well, if it... Such a... trans... Oh! Guess there isn't... now that I...
Hey there, lively guy. What should I call you? What a unique name. So, mister, what do you wish for? Oh, this is your wish. Sounds simple enough. Very pragmatic. Then, let's... To fulfill this wish, the thing I need is simple. Well, it's a two-legged animal with black fur, a round head. Bring its tail to me as collateral, and your dreams will come true. May fate...
The festival hasn't started.
Hi!
Who's that?
It's really you! I knew I didn't get the wrong person. Yes, it's just... I didn't get the chance to say hello. There's still some time before the Charmony Festival starts. 2 murder cases, a showdown with the IPC's ambassadors, the legacy of the Nameless, and a remnant of the Order. It's a good thing that you guys managed to overcome. There will always be somewhere before joining the Stellaron hunt, so I'll pay extra attention to... Yes, sadly I was looking... Do you know Miss Jade from the IPC's Strategic Investment Department? Jade, she told me her price. No, but what she wanted wasn't my answer either. Of course, I want to live on. But what fate owes me? Speaking of which, even the smallest of... Yes, to me.
It's that girl! Get moving! Arrest that criminal before the Charmony Festival's opening ceremony starts!
I can't believe they've chased me this far. Looks like we have to say our goodbyes. Don't worry, the script hasn't reached its end yet. We will meet again.
I hope she's okay. But if it's only... I'll send a message later to check in on her. Let's take a seat. What? Forget it. Looks like I don't...
Hey, Miss Rob!
Distinguished guests, fellow family members, it's a pleasure to join you all in celebrating the grandest ceremony of the Amber Era, the Charmony Festival. Firstly, on behalf of the Penacony family's 5 main... And on behalf of myself, as you all may have noticed, this year's Charmony Festival is far from regular. Thanks to the efforts of everyone. Not only that, we invite you to express your warmest applause and deepest appreciation for OT Alfalfa, head of the Alfalfa family. What makes this festival so uniquely significant? As is widely known, the Radiant Feldspar had to halt its voyage due to an anomaly, and thanks to the hard work of Penacony's internal and external factions, we've finally gotten the dreamscape back on track, just in time for the... And finally, the last reason. Does everyone remember the Watchmaker? In truth, the father of Penacony, Mikhail... In the most bewildering times of the planet of festivities, it was he who descended from the sky with his companions, who taught us through trailblazing where freedom lies. It can be said that Penacony's splendid success today is deeply rooted in the trailblazing ethos the Watchmaker planted within us. Only by honoring this trailblazing spirit can we fulfill our mission and spread harmony to a broad...
Aww, that's so nice of her. She's talking about us. Obviously.
And now, the sweet dream is back on track. All thanks to the Trailblaze, of course. If it weren't for us, with unanimous consent from the 5 major lineages, Penacony's family, on behalf of all family members throughout the cosmos, offer a token of appreciation to the Nameless.
Oh, I wonder if it's gonna be a thing.
We will transfer ownership of the Radiant Feldspar to the Astral Express. A meager appreciation that we hope you will accept with grace. Let us gift our applause and cheers to these brave and dauntless Nameless. And now, I brought to harmony. To the cheers! Cheers!
To make a decision like that. This little bird is no less capable than her brother.
All's well, all's well. Right. But have you forgotten someone, my gray-haired friend? I put a bomb on this ship. You have 10 minutes to find it. Better hurry.
When did this get shoved into my hands? There are still so many bombs. Now's not the time for plot twists. All set. Let's start following the plan.
You finally arrived, oh great. I'm about to explode. All right, now that you've found me, 5, 4, 1. Is it really that important? Was it surprising?
At least I made some progress.
We meet again. I am Penacony's famed. Got yourself into a pickle. Bob, I need your help. The first case is the second case. Those are all the details. I trust in your deduction. Wrong answer. The hammer is a murder weapon. But these two cases aren't murder cases. But seeing as you put it, If you didn't know, well, actually, do. Who knew that there was, since you're done asking questions, but don't fret. Hello, I'm Diffuse. No, now playing. Oh, hang on. Oh, aha. They will never say.
Not much time left.
28 minutes, 46 seconds. 28 minutes, 45 seconds.
You're here! Looks like she also sent you a message. Since you're here, I'll just...
27 minutes, 52 seconds. 27 minutes, 51 seconds.
The sweet dream has lost the... Apart from its creator, It's difficult. Time... You mean the watchmakers get the memo keeper made? I don't know what grudges... Actually, do you still remember? I think this moment... You may already know that I have no way of evoking dreams. I employ a Stellaron Hunter's special method in order to enter dreams, and as long as I can bear the pain of the Memoria pressure, I'll be able to dive into the primal memory zone beyond the dream and extend a lifeline. I will take this bomb into the depths of the dreamscape, as deep as possible, where the... Don't worry. I believe that this Firefly armor will be enough to take me to where I need to go before the countdown ends. And maybe even make it back safely. At present, this is our best and most logical course of action. After all, a long story deserves a happy ending. I have some words to share with you, though they were spoken to me by Miss Acheron. She said at the moment there are so many things that seem impossible, but are they really never going to happen? Maybe it's just that the moment to disprove, whether it be a literal ending, suffering akin to death, or a harrowing deathscape. Before the appointed destination arrives, they are all the same. That when that moment arrives for us to make a choice, the answer to our end, it is not destiny that shapes us, but we who shape destiny. The Astral Express and the Stellaron Hunters are like light and shadow. We walk on different paths, intertwined, moving forward and growing together. Maybe the end is predestined, but it is not today.
Since things are going too well, let's speed up the countdown.
Human life is short, just like fireflies to a flame. So if you have an answer in your heart, always remember, don't leave with any regrets. We have this right, don't we?
care so much about other people's safety. Why don't you go take a closer look?
You see, everything is possible in this land of dreams. We each came here with our own goals and realized them in unimaginable ways. Regardless if the result was a sweet illusion or a bitter reality. It was an answer we longed for, day and night. So, why do people choose to slumber? I think it's as you said. Because in the end, we will wake up from our dreams.
When I arrived, I happened to see a child holding it. He said the flowers were prepared by Aunt Jessie. Mikhail would place 2 bunches of flowers here year after year. Your wishes will always be remembered by some. Now, Penacony, as you hoped, has welcomed the dawn after a long, dark night. The path forward may not be a bed of roses. Tiernan, you can go home now, while the Nameless are also preparing for the next stop of their voyage.
But before leaving, we still have one last thing to do.
A fitting end to the tale of the departed. One could not ask for a better farewell. Go on. They're all here.
Honestly, when I heard the Nameless, that it seemed...
History, the first glimmer, but because of this. Brooklyn Tiernan, a toast to history.
That statue.
Looks like this is, in the end,
What should... Either... At least our journey... Gallagher, we raise a toast to the festivals if we ever meet...
Is the asteroid... apologies. Oh, that's all right. What will the people of Dream... Many will continue... Penacony... Mika, and to your tenacity through...
in the end, this trailblazing, just like a clock's hand, there shouldn't be much left. And then... Mikhail charged to Penacony's path.
With that, our duty as Nameless should be complete.
The trailblaze can illuminate the way.
I still feel that Mr. Mikhail must have really wanted to witness this day.
What's on your mind, March?
Just a strange feeling. I had it a few stops.
Why not talk about it? Maybe everyone...
I can't help but think that whether it's Mr. Mikhail, Mr. Tiernan, they were also young once, stumbling and bumbling around just like us, getting in. But those things are all in the past. It's rare that I'm this serious. Can't you just humor me for once? Sheesh. It'll be easier to understand if I use an analogy. Like when you're reading a book. If one of its characters keeps running into obstacles and experiences an ending full of regrets, We're bound to... To me, it's because we've seen every nook and cranny of their lives. So, even if there are parts of it that aren't really realistic nor logical, But when Mr. McHale sat in this chair, waiting for the Astral Express to arrive every day, what was he thinking? And if, at the end of his life, he could still... Then, what is this regret we feel in our hearts right now?
I think each and every one of us is searching for the answer to this very question. The universe is vast. It is in this minuscule distance that paths cross and countless worlds connect. The universe may not remember every person who leaves a tie along the silver rail, as long as we remember there's... And what Mr. McHale has left for us is his answer to this very question. It may not be perfect, but it left, and its meaning will be interpreted by those who come at...
It's not the answer.
This is what trailblazing is.
Sure. I'm really sorry for bringing down the vibe. Quick, Don Hung, tell us a dad joke to lighten the mood.
It's never a bad.
But before that, we still have a long...
So the most important thing right now is to tell the conductor what we saw in Penacony. Then prepare ourselves for our next trailblazing destination.
I should get back to the Express. Or maybe I could say my...
There.
Wow.
Still better. Oh, hey, you're finally back. We told Pop... Pop is just angry no matter where. That's right.
It's okay, everyone.
But...
Let's go.
I never expected...
Those three names...
No one knows the fact that they're... Leave it to him. Well, since you joined...
I see.
Turns out...
Different from typical, but...
Only two more. How about we...
Which also...
Yes, as for which one...
Or perhaps you might... Everyone, we meet again.
It's you! Why were you just in my room?
It's a very cute room, Miss March. Just like you.
Memo Keeper, let's put aside how you managed to...
I just wanted to chat with...
Please speak candidly.
The Permanence's descendant. What? But I digress. If the Astral Express is in... Have you all considered... Should you be able to lay down...
Trailblaze?
Continue, Memo Keeper. This...
A world that many across the universe don't even know exists. A world hidden, a world fettered. The Eternal Land.
I hope I'm not too late.
I wasn't expecting it to be...
Don't you know how many sentry posts the family has built? And how... What do you mean?
Negotiation. If the dance is...
Despite your... Oh, of course.
Robin?
To build a true haven, if I told you. Go now. As I mentioned, a word of life is too...
Nice.